Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go.
All right, boys and girls, we are back for the 4th season of NFL Pregame Party. I am your host, Joe's Atmosphere, and I am joined by the usual suspects. We got John Das Wolfen. Yeah, the season didn't end the way he was hoping it would. The Philadelphia Eagles stole his three-peat from him, but he's still sitting pretty in the AFC. Good to see you, John. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Highlander, sporting the LSU Tiger, is ready to go for the prediction show.
Absolutely. Good
How's
morning,
that coffee,
everyone.
man? How's that coffee?
Coffee's awesome. It's we're going with the Black Rifle today, so good to go.
Black Rifle coffee.
Hope everybody's doing well. Good to see everybody.
All right, and Knock is here. He's doing some stuff. I think he's at the mic though. He usually mutes when he leaves. How are you doing, man?
No, good. Listen, I know John is disappointed in the way last year ended, but this year, the NFL season kicked off with a bang because Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are getting married.
Yes, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged.
That makes up for the Super Bowl loss. That makes up for his. Don't disappear now, John. Don't you disappear now, John. You can.
Wow.
Oh no, Mr. Bill.
That looks too hot in the kitchen for him.
Rasheed Rice getting suspended. This makes up for everything. So good stuff. I can't
oh my God!
It's happening.
Yeah, that was a big story here recently.
The biggest off-season story.
And hey, look, I'm happy for him. There was a lot of people thinking this was just a publicity thing when they first started dating, and it's good to see that they're happy and having a good time, man. It's good to see.
Give me a break.
This is next level marketing right here.
Right, next level marketing.
It's going to be a red wedding.
A red wedding? What?
Maybe
no!
They're going to take that name back. They're going to take that name back. Okay, they're going to make it not. They're not going to make it that kind of red wedding. Okay. They're going to take the name back. So
Got it.
To be wearing red. Though.
Got it. Interesting off season, I would say. You had polar opposites going on. You had a team trying to do things correctly and make a move to get a new quarterback in the Pittsburgh Steelers, but there was a diva kind of handcuffing them, waiting till the nth hour to give them an answer. And then you had the geniuses down in Dallas. If they were going to move Micah Parsons, they should have done that around the draft or something. You know what I mean? And then we got all of these stories going around that, they had a conversation, they had a deal, but the agent wasn't involved, and Micah wanted the agent there. And Jerry, apparently, this is how he does things. He gets him away from the agent and hoodwinks him into doing what he wants. unless you're the quarterback.
GM in NFL history.
Oh my God, man! Not only does he ship off. Look, there's only been 2 pass rushers that averaged 12 or more sacks in their first 4 seasons, and the last time that happened, it was the Philadelphia Eagles' great Reggie White, and he got shipped out to through free agency to the Green Bay Packers, and I think we saw what happened there. I'm not saying it'll happen again, but it's pretty eerie, the similarities there. But then Dallas decides they're going to ship him off instead of, what did Belichick and that bunch in New England do when they shipped Brady out? They sent him to Tampa, right? He was out of conference completely. These guys, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, the last time the Dallas Cowboys were knocked out of the playoffs, it was by the Green Bay Packers, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers that beat them the last time they played in the playoffs.
Well, Jerry Jones has a short memory, so he couldn't remember that. So
right there in conference, another powerhouse. And my brother wanted us to send a special message to Jerry Jones.
Well done! Whoop.
I'm telling you, shrewd businessman he is.
What in the hell, man?
Great football mind.
Oh, what is going on? I don't
More
know.
like
it's mission accomplished for Jerry because, again, you're talking about he's increased that brand to be a global brand, the number one money-making brand across sports. So it's mission accomplished for him. They won Super Bowls a long time ago. It is not his interest now. His interest is growing the brand, putting seats and fannies in the seats. There you go.
He definitely wins the content conversation, that's for sure. There isn't a football analyst I know that hasn't talked about this. So whatever.
Jerry was like, listen, Taylor Swift's getting way too much coverage, so I need to do something to match that. And what better way? And then he was like, well, we got a couple first rounders now. Who says we don't go out and trade for that? I'm like, well, what's their biggest need now? Oh, are they just going to go get another guy that's the exact same? Well, you can't because it's Micah fucking Parsons, so you're not going to be able to replace that.
No, he's the best pass rusher in the game right now. He's the Von Miller of his generation, right? I mean, it's
crazy.
Just, it makes no sense.
By the way,
and
real quick,
another copium that he was using was, we can't stop the run. Well, that's not Micah's job. That's not what he does. That's just.
And just to backtrack real quick, because you did mention the Steelers. Mm-hmm. What's the first thing they do is they get rid of George Pickens, their top wide receiver, because they're like, "Hey, Aaron, we know you don't like receivers, so we're going to get rid of our first rounder because you hate first round wide receivers. So we're going to get rid of ours. So we good?"
And then they got DK Metcalf from my boys.
They did, but
I don't know that that's an upgrade though. You know what I mean? DK's got a specific set of skills. It's almost like a tight end playing wide receiver. He is a big human being, but I don't know. Pickens is pretty talented, but you know what you do improve? You improve your locker room because Pickens is he's a TO type, he's a diva. So, Dallas, you got another diva in the locker room.
Whoop.
And you got rid of your best pass rusher.
Well done.
Look, I've got everybody in this panel, except for maybe John, knows my best friend in the entire world. We call him Dallas because he's such a big Dallas Cowboys fan. I called him the day after this trade happened. He goes, "I'm watching the Longhorns this year. Don't care."
Wow, and I've heard that he must be just playing with his revolver
he's at the bottom. He's on the bottom rung now.
It's funny.
He may go fishing for the entire season.
I watched a video the other day where a mom was telling her son, "Hey, Micah Parsons has been traded." He's like, "No, you're kidding." And she's like, "No, he's been traded." And he starts crying. And in the comment section, Micah Parsons actually responds. He's like, "I'm sorry."
Look, how do you like to be a Dallas sports fan? A sports fan here in the Dallas market. You got Luka got traded. to the Lakers. And then you get Micah Parsons traded to the freaking Packers. I mean, they just piss all over the Dallas sport fanatic, man. At all angles, man.
It's like the GMs are in a competition to see who can do the worst for their team. I mean, it's very strange. Very, very, very strange. And they compared this trade a lot to the Luka Doncic trade.
Well, yeah, but that shows you how fanatical these fan bases are, because they're going to still go to these games. They're still going to buy the swag. They're still going to be making money hand over fist on this fan base.
You're going to hear all the whining, bitching, and complaining about it, but guess what? Come Sunday, they're going to have that star jersey on, and they're going to be watching the game, man. They're going to be.
I mean, we're going to talk about it, but can you imagine if Dallas wins?
What is it?
Can you imagine the first game of the season?
Yeah.
Dallas and Eagles. Can you imagine if Dallas wins?
Yeah, if Dallas actually pulls that off.
Super Bowl!
Oh, yeah. That's all they're going to be talking about.
Oh,
right?
It's going to be Super Bowl until it's not Super Bowl, and then they're going to make excuses why it's not Dallas's fault that they're making it. It's the referees, the league don't want them to win, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I'm looking at the standings, and Dallas has been mathematically eliminated. So
yeah, I saw a meme that said that the other day. It said, we're going to get this out of the way right now. It said Dallas has been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, where's the NFL memes with the are you still, what is the meme from it's always, anytime Dallas lost, there was always an NFL meme that popped up with the head.
Still them boys.
You still them boys? Like,
yeah.
I want to see that now, but with like Jerry Jones' head on there.
Right.
Because usually they'll do like the quarterback of the other team or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's crazy, man.
Either that or Micah Parsons' head. Either one.
Right. With a Green Bay bandana on. You still in, boys? Jerry.
Well done! Walk, walk, walk!
I mean, it can't be. You can't put a big enough exclamation point on this. He thinks he has made the Herschel Walker trade. That's what he thinks. This moron thinks he's made the trade that Jimmy Johnson made to build that dynasty. That's what he thinks. That's what he thinks. What you got here, John? There we go. Nothing can be worse than Giants letting Saquon leave. Dallas, hold my beer.
Hold my beer. I mean, to your point, Joe, who in his inner circle is telling him that he's fucking up?
Yeah.
Nobody. Nobody.
No one is. When he did tell somebody he was, when he did have somebody that had the balls enough to tell him that he was fucking up, he fired him. During a dynasty-like run. Fired.
Yeah. I mean, he fired Jimmy. He fired Switzer. Switzer won a Super Bowl, fired him. Switzer's like, I'll go right back to that bar stool you found me on.
No problem, bro. As far as I'm concerned, the guy that brought Oklahoma the majority of their championships was a genius when he got the NFL. It ain't broke. Don't fix it. Go. Do your thing.
Don't fix it. I love that. I mean, I love that mentality. I didn't like it because I couldn't stand the Cowboys, but that's what you do. I mean, so many of these guys want to go in there and put their own stamp on it. Why would you want to fix what's not broken? Don't make any sense.
Yep. Pretty damn awesome. All right. Well, listen, Knock needs a few seconds before he's ready for his college
I think I'm good.
update. Oh, you're good. You're good to go? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and start with the college update. I'm sure my brother's chomping at the bit to talk about his Tigers and all that. So have you got something to share with us? Is this the first thing you're going to talk about?
I think because I wanted to do this before, but didn't have time. This is just a look at the TV deal, and this is just some basic research. Don't quote me on this exactly, but this is just kind of what I found looking online. And this is basically the yearly, each team in average, I believe, makes from TV deals per team.
Okay.
So this is per team. This is not the whole what they're all getting.
This is average, right? This is
what each team average makes, and just kind of like you're looking at the group of five at the bottom, somewhere between 400. And this is why they most likely take those $1 million games, which they do occasional upsets on.
Right.
So they get some good money out of that. And then you got like the Mountain West. It's, kind of not too bad. AAC is probably the most for the group of five. Pac-12 is a little interesting because this is kind of what they were making before they were destroyed, and now it's not really sure what they're going to make afterwards. So it's just kind of a estimate between 4 to 10 million ish for now, which isn't too bad. Not sure if they're going to get their status as power conference back, mainly because they're pulling in a group of 5 teams, pretty good ones, but still. And then ACC, I think this is kind of interesting because I think this is why Clemson and Florida are trying to get out. They're getting the least amount of money, right? Of all the Power 4 teams. So this is I think this is what's really sparking, and this is kind of what happened to Pac-12, falling behind the big leagues, the big leagues, conferences, and then Big 12 doing pretty good, 31 mil, and then SEC and Big 10. These two are just going to go back and forth. These two are just going to be more and more. I think SEC is the next one to negotiate, so they'll probably go up to like 80 millions per team or something like that. So they're just going to keep topping each other in the TV deals as we go along. So I just thought that was kind of interesting to share. Let's see. Did I do it by window or tab? Let's find out. I did not. I did it by window.
It's interesting to see those numbers because I immediately think of all the major sports and the frustration with fan bases is, you see these teams, they unload these big contracts, right? So their team is not very good, but they are part of their collective bargaining, and they get these TV deals. And the owners are making money hand over fist, keeping the salaries low on the rosters, but they still have the fan bases buying the swag. They're making money on these TV deals. That's where they're making their big money. And I think at the college level, you're going to see these teams that have the biggest gross on these TV deals. They're going to be able to hit these portals. They're going to be able to get the players. And you're going to see the Big Ten, SEC. You might see an outlier, but those big conferences bringing in all that TV money, they're the ones that are going to be able to secure these players.
I feel like at some point they're going to put a cap on it, right?
They're going to have to do something. I have to do something because
what they're going to do, I have no idea, but I feel like they're going to do something. Yeah.
The poster child for me in today's football, anyway, is Arch Manning. The guy's making $10 million at UT, way beyond what he'd make in a rookie contract.
Yep.
And I kind of like that.
Making that money
I kind of like that.
Based on what he played, maybe 3 games last year, and he's making money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they're paying for potential, right?
Paying for potential
for them to get to the playoffs. So,
well, I think
it's a risk
the
with any
purity of the
contract,
game is going to be a mix and match every year. You're going to see mix and match teams every year. You're not going to see a freshman class, and you saw it in basketball as well. And you see what that's done to the NBA. You're not going to see a freshman class grow together and become a really powerful team for a sustained period of time. You're going to see mix and match, guys hitting the portal every year. You're going to see a different makeup. That's why coaches are going to be very important and schemes very important because you're going to have different teams, different players, different rosters just about yearly now.
Hey, look, and I think it goes both ways though with the players because look at that. What's his name? Mayalava or whatever his name was, who was with Tennessee, went to UCLA, was billed to get $4 million and only took $1 million with UCLA, and now he's in the California tax bracket, probably getting like maybe 20 cents of that.
Getting murdered. Those are the little nuances these young players don't really take into account. Their agents do. But they don't. And
the agents are capped.
Sure.
In the NFL, the agents, from what I understand, agents in the NFL get max 2%. Because of the NFLPA, they have a cap of what they can charge for service. That doesn't exist in the NCAA because there's no player association for the college folks. So
this thing has come along so quickly. There's a lot of work to be done there.
There's
you
so
need
much
more structure in that thing. So.
And they're going to keep tweaking it every year, just like they did the college playoffs and all that good stuff. So they'll get it together. But there are going to be teams take advantage of it in the short run. No doubt.
Teams like Ohio State, Texas State, they're like $20 million teams. So yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Okay, well, fill us in on the games so far.
So I'm going to start with week 0, which was last week. Not just a couple games there. Only big one I want to mention really is the Iowa State and Kansas State game, which was in Dublin, Ireland, which I think is a fantastic way to kick off the season. Last year it was Florida State and Georgia Tech, where Georgia Tech pulled the upset before we found out that Florida State sucked balls that year. But it was a great game, and they made a huge upset. So there's the Dublin games are not disappointing, that's for sure. So this was another really good one. Iowa State pulled it out. Kansas State couldn't do enough offensively. So just trying to look. Kansas is a team to watch out for right now, I would say. And I don't know if you guys have seen their end zone, but their end zone is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a little biased because it's blue, but yeah, if you ever get a chance, take a look at Kansas's end zones. They're really gorgeous. Let's see here. That was pretty much it. There was only, like I said, only a couple games. Nothing much there. So going into week 1, unfortunately, Boise State, top 25, they got destroyed by South Florida. At one point it was 17-7, I think it was, or 10-7, and South Florida pulled off a fake punt.
Really?
They put in the backup QB as the punter, and I guess Boise State missed it, and he threw an easy pass. And it just seemed after that Boise State just lost all hope, and they started 7-0.
The Bulls.
So biggest thing for that is South Florida potentially group of 5 contender for that playoff spot.
Right.
So right now, I would say it could be between them and possibly Memphis, Tulane, who I'll mention here in a bit.
Tulane was in the running right till the end of last year, weren't they?
They were close. It was more because it was more Army, because Army was ahead of them. Army was kind of the second one up ish. Yeah. This was a pretty good game. Ohio and Rutgers. Ohio almost did a group of 5 upset. Took them down, man. It just 34-31 right at the end there. I think Rutgers had to score a late touchdown or late field goal to win that one. So that was a really good game. Let's see. Going to go down here. East Carolina, NC State was a decent game. East Carolina probably has one of the coolest helmets in all of college football. With the
Pirates.
They
do. The Pirate is awesome. Yes.
So unfortunately, on their last drive, they couldn't punch it in, and so they ran out of time. I think they were close to the red zone, and they ran out of time. So but it was still a pretty decent game. UCF almost losing to Jacksonville State. UCF had to score 14 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah. To Jacksonville State almost got the group of 5 upset. Just kind of, let's see, scroll down here. If you guys see anything of interest yourselves, let me know. But I'm just going to go. There was a lot.
Mizzou.
As you can see, Mizzou, I wasn't
61-6.
going to point it out because it was against Central Arkansas. So
But
there's a lot
that's
of this.
his team, man.
Yeah, I get it.
Got to let him
crow
crow a little bit, you know.
I would do the same thing if Boise State had done it. But it's, as expected, there was a lot of that this weekend. Duke got their big, huge win. Oklahoma State did okay. Buffalo didn't do too bad against Minnesota. Buffalo's a pretty decent team. Let's see here. UAB and Alabama State looked like a fun game, 42-52. But Nebraska, Cincinnati. Nebraska's a team, Big Ten team to watch. See if they're on the rebound. But they took out Cincinnati. This is a pretty decent game. I did watch this one. 20-17 final score. So
that's a decent matchup, Cincinnati and Nebraska. Those are two pretty solid programs. Especially that was a good game.
It was a good game.
Yeah, but Cincinnati should have won. Fuck Nebraska.
Cincinnati tends to lose these kind of games. I don't know. It's just kind of in their DNA since they moved to the Big 12. So that was Thursday night. That was just Thursday night. That was the first day of 5 because there's 5 straight days of college football. We still have 2 games today and 1 on Monday night. So, yeah. So Friday night, take a look there. Army. Oh, I watched this game. Army losing to Tarleton State. Oof. Army could not. I guess they don't have Bryson Daly anymore, and they just couldn't control the game like they usually do. They could not control the time of possession. If anything, Tarleton did it better than they did. Plus, they had a passing attack. Army actually did try to throw, which was unfortunate because they threw, I think, 2 or 3 picks. So
That's when you know Army's in trouble when they're having to throw the football.
When they're throwing the football,
no,
yeah.
they weren't throwing late. They were throwing throughout the game. That was the interesting part. It wasn't like and the quarterback started, I think, 4 for 4 with some pretty decent throws. And then after that, it just completely fell apart. Just a lot of picks throughout the game. So it wasn't just like they were trying to come back or anything like that. He just kept throwing a pick. No, he was doing it throughout the game. So, Army, unfortunately, gets a loss against an FCS team. So that's interesting.
It's interesting, just real quick, the Army, because these service academies traditionally run some version of the bone, some kind of hybrid version.
Right.
I saw Switzer, he was doing an interview. They asked him if he was coaching today, what offense would he want? He said, I would run the wishbone because you got all these hybrid defenders that would physically they could not play against the wishbone because it is a very physical offense.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No doubt. These hybrids are a little bit lighter in the ass, and they could get shoved around pretty easily by a team that goes downhill on every
and look,
play.
if you don't have the proper reads and you don't have the proper fits defensively, you get torn up by that wishbone.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State gets the win over Western. This was a weird, close game. Wake Forest barely wins against Kendall.
9-10.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
No, not a whole. I was kind of keeping up with this game, but not a lot.
Went
of
to a
offense in this
football
one.
game and a baseball game broke out. Wow.
Yeah, so this is not good for Wake Forest, but we'll see. It's only week 1, so we'll see what happens.
Right.
But that's not a good sign for them to barely beat. Kennesaw State doesn't win a lot of games. So let's see, blowout. Kansas again, blowout. I'm really kind of hyping up Kansas. They look really good this year. The quarterback is really good. And they have a gorgeous end zone. I'm going to say that as many times as I can. This was a pretty fun game to watch. Auburn and Baylor. Unfortunately, this happens to Baylor a lot last year too. Just not enough. It was
I
a pretty
think
decent game.
Mr. Aranda's, Coach Aranda's battery light's got to be flashing there in Baylor because they've got great facilities. They've got great fan base.
They're used to winning there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're just not. Yeah, tough.
Yep.
Yeah,
For sure.
And so, but it was a fun game to watch. This was also a fun game to watch. Georgia Tech and Colorado. Georgia Tech pulls up. They had 3 turnovers. Georgia Tech turned the ball over or gave the ball away 3 times in the first half. And
Damn.
still, yeah, Colorado did not. I think they capitalized on 1. They didn't. I don't think they capitalized on the other 2. So you're not
They
going to
need
take
Shador
advantage of it.
back, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Looks like it's
so Salter was not bad, but he wasn't the most accurate either. So.
looks like it's coach past his prime.
Yeah, the battery light might be
They seem
flashing.
fine, though.
Yeah.
I think their defense was pretty decent. I think they got to figure some things. They got a new quarterback, so they definitely got some things to figure out. Otherwise, it doesn't look bad. So it was a good game. So, I mean, I'm not going to take too much. And it was a non-conference game. What's good about a lot of these games is most of them are non-conference. So in the long run, as long as you win your conference, you still got a shot at the playoff. Let's see, another blowout. This was interesting. I watched this one. This was Friday night, late Friday. I watched it the next day. But Central Michigan beat up San Jose. I think this is considered an upset, even though it's just 5-5. But San Jose is usually in the running for the Mountain West championship.
Hang on 1 second. Stop talking for a second and then start talking again because your mic got really muffled and sometimes you just got to break it up for a second. Try it now.
Am I good now?
You're good now, buddy. Yep.
Okay. Central Michigan taking over San Jose. San Jose is usually in the running for the Mountain West championship. So this is a pretty decent game for Michigan. Too many turnovers by San Jose on that one. So pretty decent game there. And the big game of the week, potentially. I guess there were several games that were pretty good. But let's talk about this one, shall we?
Yeah, please do, because I didn't see it, but I thought that Texas might have been making a mistake going into the champ's house on opening weekend. I
want to see more of this.
Well, look, I've got no problem with big matchups. I'm just saying, it was Arch Manning's first start in college football, and
So it wasn't. It was his third. But
was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he started a few last year when Q.
Yeah, he played last year.
But
John, is this on deck or what? What is this?
Yeah, that has to do with this game.
Okay, let's see. He's adopted. Yeah, apparently his mom must be a Ferengi. Must be what it is because my God, that guy's taxi cab with the doors wide open, right? I mean, I don't know how he gets his helmet on, but from what I didn't see any of this. You guys that watched it, tell us about it because, I mean, all I heard was that Matt Patricia's defense made Archie Manning look like he was seeing shadows all day.
I see. That's you know what? I don't understand the perspective there because I watched some of that game and watched tape on that game. They had a good scheme. He had guys open. It wasn't like he was getting smashed in the pocket. You know, these were easy throws for that level quarterback, and he was not baffled. He couldn't hit the fucking throws.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it was inaccuracies were pretty bad.
Wow. Okay.
And they had no run game.
Really?
They had no run game.
Texas with no run game.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
unusual.
They were stopped.
Yeah.
So I mean, you couple that with a shaky quarterback play, and you score no points. So they started coming back in the end, but yeah, they just couldn't do it. I mean, and Texas is going to be fine because one, they got this game over with. They're going to get some scrubs here soon, you know, and then before they go into SEC play. Their defense is pretty good. That's only 14 points on Ohio's side, so it's not like Texas is in a bad position here.
And to be fair, that quarterback from Ohio State, neither one of those quarterbacks handled that situation very well.
Right.
Inaccurate play. Just there was plays to be had on both sides of that ball, and the quarterback play was not good.
Even Jeremiah Smith was dropping the ball. Arguably the best player in the college.
Yeah, so again, we go back to what we're talking about, big game situation, right? Right out of the chute. You're coming out of, spring training and blah, blah, blah. You find out what you have real quick. And I don't know if either one of these teams performed very well. Ohio State did what they had to do to win that game. But, Texas, there was plays to be had, and the quarterback didn't look good.
Now, Texas's defense, did it look decent? Because I see Ohio State only scored 14. So, one of the touchdowns I saw was a miraculous catch by the wide receiver. Man,
quarterback play on both sides of that ball is not good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be an outlier. You're going to see what these teams are made of moving forward. But they both, as far as the quarterback play goes in that situation, one played a bit better than the other, but they both didn't look good on both sides of the ball at the quarterback position.
Yep. So, Ohio State should be number one. They're going to jump frog.
They're going to leapfrog
over Penn State. Penn State we'll see them in a second. They just beat up some FCS schools. So, Ohio State should go up. And then, there we go. Penn State beat up Nevada. Nothing there. Another big game. Go ahead and take it away, Highland.
Yeah. Go, Dan.
Well,
Let's hear about it.
It's a big game, right? Death Valley there in South Carolina, Clemson.
So-called Death Valley.
Right, so-called. I mean, big game, big crowd. It's a great matchup, two teams with really solid offenses, well coached. What I liked about LSU was Nussmeier looked solid. He did not make the big mistake to lose the game for LSU. And LSU, from where I'm standing as an LSU Tiger fan, I haven't seen a defense that stout since Dave Aranda. And that's 5 years ago. So, great game. Solid matchup. I think both of those teams are going to be good moving forward. Big win for the Tigers. And, again, it was a solid effort all the way around. Offense, defense, special teams. They just played a good, sound game of football. They didn't beat themselves. They hung in there. They were down 10-3. Could have folded it up. They, shooting themselves in the foot a little bit in the first half, but and then they had a touchdown called back on it. That should have been a 24-10 win, but solid win for the Tigers. They closed it out, and
that was BS.
Looked good.
They definitely got one stolen from them. 100%.
Oh, the touchdown at the pylon? Hell yes. Unbelievable
that
they
100%
took that
BS.
back on them. Because he never let go of that ball. It might have moved around a little bit, but he had control of it the entire time.
That was such a bad call. And they reviewed it. That's the worst part of it. They reviewed it and called it that. Like, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
thought they were reviewing whether or not it was a touchdown or at the 1 yard line, and it looked clearly
well,
like.
See, that's what I thought they were looking at too. And then you've got the TV analyst saying he just touchdown. You got their on air officiating crew saying that's touchdown. And for anyway, that would have last couple of years that probably would have broke LSU and they would have gone another way. This year, they had some resolve that you haven't seen in a long time, since 2019. So defensively, they were asked to make those stops, and they did. I mean, they didn't give up any points in the second half.
Yeah, Klubnik is no joke.
All the way around.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. Yeah, from what I saw of his play, he looked really good, but he was under duress. That, to Danny's point, that friggin' defense looked really good. I don't know what the secondary player, I think he's a corner, number 4, was all over the damn field.
Yeah, they got a corner from Kentucky in the offseason. They got a free safety from portal. I mean, again, we're going to see this across the board. The teams that are active in the portal, that they don't ignore it, they're addressing issues that they have. They're very focused. At least you hear, Kelly talk about it. They're very focused when they go into the portal, but you got to have that money to be able to do that. But yeah, solid effort by LSU. We'll see what they.
You got to be relieved just to get out of the friggin' opening week.
Well, I tell you
right
now, if they had lost this game, I don't think Kelly makes it through the year, because there's an expectation at LSU. There just is. Mm-hmm. And we win titles under different head coaches.
Yep.
And the expectation is high. It's SEC titles. It's national titles. So it's a good win for LSU.
Yep, it was great, man. I watched most of the game, and I tell you, man, you're right. Nussmeier did not look like he was rattled this year. On occasion, he ate the ball when he had to. I mean, it's really nice to see that they didn't fold under adversity like they have in the past. They didn't let it get away. Because I remember his press conference last year. He just couldn't believe that his team had lost it in the final quarter again.
Right.
He just couldn't believe it. Yeah.
They had the resolve, and Nussmeier, when he gets up to the line of scrimmage, as opposed to last year, he looks very confident in what he's doing, getting the scheme in, getting the guys where they need to be, calling a timeout if it's not right. Mm-hmm. Got no problem with that.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so what else did we have?
This is going to push LSU into the top 5 for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm curious how high they're going to let them go, because you got Georgia ahead of them, Oregon, Penn State, all beat cupcakes compared to the number 4 preseason. So I think LSU should be number 2 over Penn State, but I think they're going to be probably number 3.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's going to go Penn State 1, Ohio State 2, and then whoever from there.
Yeah,
the Big Ten.
It's going to depend on Notre Dame, because they play Miami.
Look, Notre Dame plays tonight. Yeah, don't forget about them. If they win, they're going to. Look, the media loves Notre Dame, so look at the high ranking they get coming out of the chute. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Georgia cupcake, Oregon cupcake, Florida State and Alabama. Joe, I think you watched a little bit of this game.
Right? I watched most of this game, and I actually called my brother during it and told him how much I was actually enjoying watching Alabama get throttled. It was a lot of fun to watch, man. It really was. It was cool.
They were. They just
I think during our conversation he was a little bit afraid I was going to put the no-Joe on him, but Florida State was. They looked good.
No-Joe's a real thing. It is.
Yeah.
No-Joe's
we do know that, but I didn't speak in absolutes when I talked to you. Let them know I didn't do that. So I try to steer clear of that, because I usually have to eat crow when I do that. But I was enjoying every second of this, because look. I hate Nick Saban. I always have hated Nick Saban. It has to do with my marriage. My wife is a Miami Dolphins fan, and I've never forgiven him for walking out of the Dolphins. So, I don't like the guy. Danny hates him because he hates Alabama, period, because they're in the SEC.
Well, he left LSU in the lurch, man. Won a national title, and then he signed an extension, and then he left us. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yep. Now he's doing commercials. Good for him. But it is great to see Florida State bounce back from such a shitty season last year. I mean, you remember the controversy. They were undefeated. and they didn't make the playoff, right? And we all know why they didn't put him in there. It's because their quarterback got injured and couldn't play in the postseason. So they said, "Nah, we'll leave them out." And turned out they were a bad football team. What they go 2-10 last year?
Half their team left on the transfer portal.
Right.
You go undefeated, and then you don't get a ticket to the dance.
Right.
Most of those guys left because of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't they were a bad team. They freaking all of their solid players left. They lost a lot of players to the portal. So I will say this: that the head coach there in Florida State, young guy, he's doing a hell of a job down there. They're defensive minded. They're physical. That's a team. That's a program that's on its way up.
Well, I want you to tell them what you told me on the phone about the head coach's attitudes, and that speaks to it. That guy on Florida State's sideline acted like he was fired up. He was talking to his guys. The guy on friggin' Alabama side looked like he was lost.
He looked like he was about to cry. I mean, the guy and the teams take on the personality of the head coach. It always does. Mm-hmm. And to me, Alabama just looks very confused. They don't look like before. When they walk on the field, you know who the better team is just by the way they conduct themselves and the way they play in the game. Florida State has got that swagger. I mean, they were doing what they want when they wanted, and Alabama was on its heels the whole time. It's going to be a long season for old.
Yeah. Now, there's a wide receiver named Bernard. Remember that name. He was their entire offense, Alabama. Every time they threw to this guy, he even when he was covered, he caught the ball.
Which is crazy because Ryan Williams is supposed to be the big one.
Right? He was dropping shit all over the place. Number 12? Is that who you're talking about?
I can't remember what number he is, but I just know the name.
The other guy on the other side was dropping shit left and right. But this guy, Bernard, man, that guy's a beast. What Bama's going to win some games, but my gosh, they looked completely mortal yesterday.
Yeah, Simpson did not look that good for sure. It's interesting, Highlander, you mentioned Brian Kelly. If they lost that game, he might be on the hot seat. Kellen DeBoer might be on the hot seat with Alabama.
Yeah. Bama's used to winning.
Because their expectation there is, it's Big Ten, it's SEC, these big power conferences that command that. And you showed the stat with the money that's coming into these universities. You don't mess with the money. And when a team starts sliding like that, a program starts sliding, it's not like it used to be, where you could kind of rebuild. This is portal time. This is money time. This is TV contract time. And they're not going to let the program like Alabama. And look, where's the headquarters for the NCAA football? It's right there in Alabama. So they're not going to be bad. They'll make moves. We'll see what this guy does. But I'm with you. I think he's on the hot seat now because they're not going to stand mediocre football there in Alabama for very long.
I think he switched mics again, Dan. So take a look at that real quick. But yeah, it was fun to watch because, hey, I can't stand Alabama, hate them, and Florida State.
Well done! Walk!
Honestly, I think a lot of teams are just like, you know what, SEC, you're not that great.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it?
So.
I mean, they've been dominant for so long, and now with the transfer portal and stuff, teams are able to get some of their talent onto their football teams, and it's starting to even things out, isn't it? I mean, it started last year with this stuff, and
I'll give you an example. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, absolutely. You're fixed. Yeah.
Tulane. I'll give you an example. Watched them yesterday, and Tulane is one of these teams outside the Power 5 conferences. They're trying to get a ticket to the dance, and they have a totally revamped team through portal, and that's the poster child for this day and age of college football is the portal, and they look good yesterday, but you're going to see teams rosters are going to change. This portal is a big thing, and money is the big thing. TV contracts. Yeah, it's all about that money, and Alabama's not going to be bad for long because you don't mess with that money. So
yeah, well, you notice who the first coach to say something about it in bail was. It was Nick Saban, and he said he was retiring because of that. Right, there.
He would have his luncheon before the season with the incoming classes to meet the guys, and he said, I noticed they're all talking about money and this and money that, and it was a different vibe, and it's not something that he wanted the reason why he went back to college football, he says, was to be a teacher, an advisor, something to help people grow. And he saw that whole attitude of the athlete changing, so he didn't want any part of it. He's an old angry guy now, so there you go.
Yep. All right, let's see.
You think
just
there's
to
a
let you
chance?
guys know, the reason why we don't have anybody in the chat is because I apparently messed up setting the show up. It's recording, so I'm going to replay this about 1 o'clock. That's why we don't have a live chat. So, yeah, I'm going to just post it after we're done because the conversation's been really good, and I just noticed it, and I'm putting the word out on the different channels.
Way to go, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I am old
I've
now.
got the feed up on.
So someone's got some pregame,
YouTube.
jitters and fumbled the ball. Way to go there.
Boomer.
I'm like,
Sooner.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine.
This
It's the
is
first
fine.
show. I'd rather get it out of the way
Where's
right
the
here.
Where's the panic button? Where's that clip? That needs to. Come on.
I just don't want to
You're not
start over
dropping
because
ball.
we've had a really good conversation. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to go ahead and
Man,
replay
well, that
it.
just ruined it. Now I don't want to talk anymore.
Yeah, shut up, Knock.
All right. So, yeah.
I don't want to say anything.
last
now.
year I was against, I was happy seeing Florida State get destroyed because of their attitude after missing the playoffs.
Yes.
The year before. This year, I'm fine with them winning just because they were unranked. I'm always going to root for the underdog for the most part. So I always like seeing a ranked team lose, and they got beat up. There was a lot of going into someone else's home, even and getting, Texas going into Ohio, Alabama going to Florida. LSU went into Clemson and beat them, so that was a different take. So it was fun. So okay, so Arizona State blowout, Michigan blowout. You mentioned something about this, Joe. I think you went out somewhere and they were showing the Michigan game.
They
I
were
kinda
showing
caught
the
it when you
Michigan
were in the
game,
game.
and they were up early in the first quarter, 14-0. I mean, with the quickness. And I was like, would you please put the LSU game on? And they switched it for me. But apparently got better after that, huh?
I don't know. I didn't watch any of this game. I didn't see any reason. I didn't think New Mexico would pull anything off, but
Yeah.
I just know you mentioned something about it.
Yeah.
Florida, another
Here's
team to
the
watch out.
one. Florida plays Long Island. I didn't even know Long Island had a freaking football
I didn't
right?
either.
Did they have a football team?
Their jerseys look pretty cool, though. At least their color scheme just looks really cool.
They look sweet too.
But but Florida is definitely a hyped up team. That's why they're in their 15th. So interesting there. SMU blowout. This was interesting. Kansas State coming up that loss last week to Iowa State got put on the ropes by North Dakota. This was
They really did.
This was
Wow.
a fun game. Kansas State still kind of, not really having an identity. Their defense isn't playing that great. North Dakota State just kept it so interesting until late into the game. I think Kansas State had to get a touchdown just to take back over to end the game, get a game-winning drive, I think it was, or at least close to it. So that was a really fun game. I'd highly recommend checking out the highlights of that one. That was a fun game to watch. But Kansas State, now I don't know if they're going to be ranked in the top 25, after this week. So losing last week and then barely winning against an FCS team, I don't know. Not looking so great with them. Oklahoma, another blowout.
Oklahoma takes on the high school football team.
Yes,
There
the
you
high
go.
school football team from Illinois, which is what they should do because we suck. And
Look at the points that A&M gave up against UTSA.
I am not-
Yeah, well, UTSA is not a bad team. They're a group of five. They're not. They're actually one of the in the runnings for their conference, and they're
Texas A&M should be slaughtering
But-
that team.
that right.
Yeah.
They should be embarrassed. That's what I was fixing to say.
they had mostly control of that game, but yeah, it's still closer than I'm sure they probably would have liked. Same thing here. Indiana, Old Dominion. Indiana had mainly control of the game, so late score I think by Old Dominion makes it look a little closer. Ole Miss destroys Georgia State. Iowa State destroys South Dakota. Texas Tech destroys a
Oh
team.
my God!
Ooh,
Texas
Tech.
over, yeah. Well, that's not the biggest score difference. So I'll tell you that.
Guns out, guns out. Woo.
Tennessee over Syracuse, though.
I watched
So-
that game. I watched that game.
I watched
Yeah.
a good portion of it, and I watched the highlights again this morning. And Tennessee, wow,
Yeah, they look good, man.
Wow.
They did.
and
The running
it
game
all
looked
comes
good.
back.
The quarterback looked good. Yeah.
It all comes back to that. I always butcher his name. That Lava or whatever his name was that went to UCLA. He got destroyed by Utah, and then here you got Tennessee that is doing just fine without him.
Yep.
So yeah, watch out for Tennessee. Mississippi State. This was a decent game. In the first half, it was a decent game, 13-10. And
Look,
then
that's a big rivalry game. Those interstate games like that, that was a good game. Yeah.
Well, also, little side note here: Southern Miss was the team that Marshall, the Marshall coach, went to Southern Miss in the same conference after their bad breakup last season, and took most of his players with them to Southern Miss.
Right.
So Marshall, I think, won their conference. If I'm not saying, so they had a pretty good up and coming team, and then. I don't remember what happened exactly, but the coach left and ended up going to interconference team and took half his players with him. So Marshall's completely, broken, and Southern Miss is not a bad team at this point, because of all the players they brought with them. So, not a bad game for them considering, it's a whole brand new team. But Mississippi State gets it. Maryland, blowout. Purdue, blowout. Tulane over Northwestern is the shittiest team in the Big Ten. So, not big
Vanderbilt of the Big Ten. Yeah,
Tulane played a good physical brand of football against a Big Ten team. Which was touted to come in, and they played really solid for the much turnover they have on their roster. They played a really good game.
So Tulane, I think, is gonna, since Boise State lost. They're gonna jump up there probably to one of the favorites. Them and USF for sure will be a group of 5 potential. Let's see here. Pittsburgh, big win. Big win. But Navy got a bunch. 52 points for Navy.
Holy shit! An Academy scored a 50 burger. Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, so that's
amazing.
Look, if you don't see that bone, man, you'll get embarrassed.
So Kent State had a close game against Merrimack. Kent State's not very good. Kentucky and Toledo. Toledo's not a bad group of 5 team. Kentucky had their hands full. So Toledo almost made their way back, but they just couldn't quite do it. But Kentucky did a good job there. Boston College blowout. West Virginia blowout. UConn blowout. Louisville blowout. Air Force almost got a 50 burger.
Almost.
That's what's up. There you go.
Army was the only one not to deliver. So interesting there.
Isn't that always the case, though, right?
What is going on here, John? What is going on there? Who is that? Go ahead, guys.
Northern Illinois had a little trouble with Holy Cross. That was kind of interesting.
Okay.
I did watch a little bit of that. I always like to watch that. There was not a lot of games to watch because there was so many blowouts. But so anytime there was a close game, I put it on. But Holy Cross unfortunately couldn't pull it off in the end. Let's see. Liberty, Maine. Liberty gets the win. Arkansas 50 burger. Memphis almost 50. Iowa scored more than 30 points.
What? The non-offensive team scored 30 points?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then,
who is this disturbing our peace? Who is the
There we
disturber
go.
of the peace?
The free radical.
The free radical. That's it, man. All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I thought this would be a lot closer game because usually Coastal Carolina does a little bit better, but Virginia destroyed.
What is Coastal Carolina's logo? Because I dig their. It's like a rooster.
It's like a bird.
I think they're the Gamecocks, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they're Gamecocks, just like South Carolina. Yeah.
They got a cool logo for sure, but they got smoked.
Yeah, they did. I watched it and it was like, 21
It
points.
just got out of hand real quick. So.
James Madison. Let's see, Vanderbilt. Middle
Vandy
Tennessee
with the win.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Austin P. I actually tried to find this game online and I couldn't find it. Middle Tennessee's not a big team.
Middle Tennessee dumps. Oh man.
Yeah, but they are a group of 5 team and they lost to Austin Pia and then I'm like,
yeah.
I could not find the highlights for it though, but yeah, they got beat up. So that's crazy there. West Kentucky blowout, Arkansas mostly blowout, South Alabama. Troy, let's see. This one right here was I watched the highlights for this one.
73-13.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have a wave the white flag rule in college football.
Oh my
or something,
goodness! This
man.
one,
Come
this was
on.
like pick sixes, like everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And this was Missouri State's first game in the FBS. So welcome to the FBS, Missouri State.
Now hold it right there for a second. I got to relay a story to you guys. My daughter Bobby Jo called me the other day, and she said, "Dad, I've got to talk to you about something because it just seems so unfair to me, and I'm kind of mad about it." And I said, "What is it, babe?" She said, "Before I took Kale, and Kale is bigger than all the kids his age, and he's about to be in middle school, and she said he asked for some Tylenol before practice because he knew he was about to get his butt handed to him by a middle school team. Apparently, this middle school team was these guys were going to be the cannon fodder for him to get ready to go, just like this kind of thing here with USC and Missouri State." And I had to explain to her. I said, "Darling, I understand your frustration, but every level of football has this kind of game that goes on." I said the only ones that don't do it is pros because they're all professionals. They don't,
except for the
they
Eagles
don't-
and Cowboys,
right?
I'm
Exactly.
telling you, Cleveland and anybody.
Right. But I told her because Danny, you
Orleans
remember
and
when we were in
anybody.
PV football, we were the cannon fodder for the middle school team,
Sure,
that was
sure.
doing a warm up game, and I remember that game specifically because I was bigger than everybody else at that age, and I was dominating. But boy, those guys pounded me into the dirt when I was 8 years old. They were killing me, and so it's this kind of thing right here. I understand why they do it, but yeah, I had to relay that story to you because I calmed her down, and she's got the mom for the team investigating because apparently some kids got hurt. I said, "Well, look at the injuries. If they broke bones, then yeah,
Well,
they
it
should
is
have
a
pulled the kids."
contact sport. I mean,
But yeah, but I mean, if it's just bruises and whatever, I said, you watch college football. When you see these blowouts, that's what's happening. They're getting a way less talented team to come play them for a warm-up game is what it is. So, yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to point that out to you. It was
And
a funny
Missouri State
conversation.
got paid. They got paid.
Yeah, they get paid. They get paid to do this. So,
absolutely.
hey,
University
yep.
makes a lot of money to go in there
Yep.
and get their ass kicked like that.
Yep.
That's why it's so funny whenever they lose. That's why. It's
Yeah, when they lose, man.
it's so funny to pay $1 million. Just
Look
to
at
What was
lose.
that
LA
a few
Tech
years
throwing
back
the
when
blank at 'em.
Appalachian State
Oh,
beat
yeah.
somebody on opening day? It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Well, yeah, they went to the big house and beat freaking Michigan.
Yep. It was great. Oh, LA Tech. Yes.
Pitches the shutout.
Yes.
And I think they're looking to move conferences here. soon.
Coolest uniforms in college football history. Right?
Yeah. Let's see here. BYU 69-0. So there you go.
God,
Wait.
BYU.
Rice over Louisiana Raging Cajuns. This was an interesting one. Not a lot of points.
What?
Yes, that's a good matchup right
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
6 points
yeah.
in the second half. So
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if they scored a touchdown and tried to go for 2 and failed or what, but yeah, or 2 field goals. So.
Yeah,
Texas
Lafayette.
State over Eastern Michigan. Texas State's going to the Pac-12 next year, so
Are they? Okay.
they are the 8th team in the conference that got selected. So they got a good future. They're growing.
Yeah, the Pac-12 is back, boys and girls.
They will be
Wow.
here. Yes, they have a
Yawn.
new conference. Yeah, so I'm excited because
Yawn.
it's got Boise State in it. So we're gonna get the Pac-12 patches. So North Texas does a blank.
There you
North
go.
Texas ain't no joke,
Mean
man.
Green, there we
They're not
go,
bad.
baby.
Yeah, they're not
Don't
a bad
go to
team at
sleep
all.
on them guys. They will beat you to death.
Let's see, Tulsa, New Mexico State, Fresno State. Let's see. This was kind of a close. Washington State and Idaho. Almost
Good
got the
game,
up there,
yeah.
but couldn't pull it off. Oregon State got beat up by California.
Angry Beavers get beat up by the Bears.
Yeah. Yeah. They
The
got
Angry
beat up on that
Beavers.
one. I still gotta watch the highlights.
Corvallis.
I didn't watch
love
the
that
highlights.
name.
It's kind of hard to take Oregon State serious right now. So
I was watching that game and it just got too late, and yeah, so
because that was a late one because that's East. That's
Yeah.
That's West Coast. So they always start
Yeah.
like 8.
Look
10
at the
o'clock.
Warriors taking it up to Kulo by Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah.
tough.
But this one,
How about UCLA getting stomped?
Utah beat the crap out. I watched the highlights of this one. And yeah. Or actually, I watched a good portion of the game. I was up relatively late last night, so I watched. Yeah, UCLA got beat the fuck up.
The running Utes, man, they always pretty solid, man.
It's kind of
Always.
different when they don't start their year with Cam fucking Rising, So,
Right,
Jesus, for the 8th year in a row.
right. He's like a 10-year starter out there. Injury, red shirt.
Yeah. So finally, they have somebody else leading, and so
There you go.
Good. Colorado. Last game of the night, I believe it was Colorado State and Washington. Washington.
The Huskies.
They took that one.
I'm kind of a closet case Huskies fan because my boy Warren Moon was a Husky. So that team's got a special place in my heart. I love Warren Moon. Loved him.
I'm trying to do this.
If you count Warren Moon's CFL yards, that guy is the number one passer of all time. But
you don't count CFL.
We don't count
There you
CFL.
go.
I understand.
It's kind of weird.
But
it
man,
has Monday games at top, and then it has the Monday game.
Counterfeit football league.
Yeah,
So
counterfeit football league.
So this is today. We caught up with all the games so far. So this is actually today. You got Virginia Tech, ACC, going to South Carolina at
That's
3
gonna be a
o'clock
good game.
today. And then probably the fourth biggest game of the week, Notre Dame and Miami. Number 6 versus number 10. Miami's got Carson Beck from Georgia. Who knows what he can do without weapons. Or I don't know what weapons Miami has. And then you got Notre Dame, who is arguably one of the best running backs in the game. And they made the championship last year. So, depending on what happens here, Notre Dame or Miami could probably be top 5 in the standings next week. So that's going to be a fun game. Definitely be up for that. And of course, for Labor Day, we get to see Bill Belichick at the
Bill
last game of the
Belichick
week.
live on ESPN.
He knows what Monday night is. He knows how to play on a Monday night. So
man.
TCU in North Carolina for Bill Belichick's I'm curious to see if his girlfriend's going to be on the sideline right behind him during the game.
She just what was it? She just copyrighted. They filed for a copyright for the Gold Digger. The word Gold Digger. I said,
Yeah.
I said at least she admits it.
I mean, she's getting something. out of
Hey,
it.
she's
He's getting
keeping
something out of
him
it.
relevant, so there you go.
Yeah. Probably sets up his phone for him and all kinds of things. So it's nice.
There you go.
I like having a granddaughter like that. So, anyways, that's this week. I did want to touch a little bit on 2 more things before I wrap it up. This is kind of a bigger segment, but just because there was so much to cover. I wanted to look at the schedule. I actually took a peek at next week's schedule. I didn't really see a whole heck of a lot there. So just kind of skim through. If you guys see anything on here that you are eager to see, let's see. Does it have the full list or is it just okay? Looks like we're good. Nothing much for Texas is going to beat up San Jose State. I'm sure. Penn State, FIU, another
for them. Yeah.
Penn State's not facing anybody early on, so they're cowards. Let's see. Illinois, Duke, SMU, Baylor. That might be a decent game. SMU, Baylor might be decent. Duke and Illinois might be a decent game. If you ever play college football 26, Duke is always making it to the playoffs. Apparently, the college football really likes the veer and shoot offense. So if you ever want to sim your offense, just do it with Duke's playbook, and you'll probably be just fine if you have a decent quarterback.
That's what I hear. It's ridiculous.
So we got Iowa and Iowa State. Might be a decent game right here.
Yeah, it's a good game. Yeah.
Let's see. Virginia and NC State. That's usually a pretty good one. The border fight there. Let's see here. Group of 5 game. Liberty and Jacksonville State. That's usually a pretty decent game right there. Just
Danny. Oh my God, Grambling's going to the Horseshoe. Good.
Oh
Lord.
yeah. So this is the Texans.
Yeah.
I just mentioned that because locally here they played a tune-up game against somebody and put 70 on them at Independence Stadium this weekend, and now they're going to get the same thing done to them. Good Lord.
Rewards back on.
Tall task.
Yeah.
I'm always a fan when Grambling plays Georgia. I think it's funny seeing those 2 G's go at it.
The game to watch though is Grambling versus Southern. The Southern Classic.
Classic.
Oh my
That
God.
Ole Miss and Kentucky game.
Battle of the
pretty good.
marching bands even during that one. Let me tell you. It's crazy. That's a great atmosphere for that game.
So this probably won't even be on my radar. I think the game I will be watching for sure is Kansas and Missouri.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
That
Good
is
game.
going to be a
Or-
good game.
We
Are
used
you
to-
ready, John? Are you ready?
Oh,
Great
yeah.
game.
We
I'm
used to-
expecting Kansas to pull this one out. It's kind of hard to tell what Missouri is right now because of they only played one team. We don't know anything about these teams right now, right? But Kansas with their freaking we won't see the awesome end zones this weekend because they're playing at Missouri. So Missouri's is all boring and probably just like stripes or something. Anyways, Ole Miss and Kentucky.
That should be a good game.
Yeah, that could be a decent game. I don't know how Kentucky's going to do
Just because
this.
of the familiarity of these two programs,
Yeah.
SEC should be
Let's
conference
see.
game.
Miami, Ohio, potential upset here over a power team. Miami, Ohio is a pretty decent group of 5 team. They usually make their conference championship, so I might be taking a look at that game if I can. Let's see here. Kind of look at Texas State and UTSA. This might be a pretty decent group of 5 game right here. 2 Texas teams going at it. UAB and Navy, looking to keep their streak going there. Let's see here. Trying to look. Ohio almost came up with that upset again, and then they're playing West Virginia, so that might be a decent game right there.
South
Florida and USF
Florida.
looks better now.
Oh yeah, South Florida. Now South Florida plays brutal because they just placed the top 25 Boise State. Then they play Florida here. Then next week they play Miami.
Wow.
That is a brutal.
Why did
stretch.
they come up with such a wild? Are they in the ACC now or something?
No. South Florida is AAC.
Okay. Wow. They must have got paid a lot of money to go play
Yeah,
these
I'm
games
sure,
then.
yeah.
Well, yeah, they're getting
something.
paid a lot of money, and logistically, it's easy, right? In state,
Right,
bus,
they're in
bus,
state.
bus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for
Yep.
sure. So that's their. Oh yeah, they had a brutal, but they're 1-0 right now, and they're
Yeah.
going into Florida. So we'll see what happens there. So I'm definitely going to be watching that game. Let's take a look here. Let's see.
A lot of friggin' warm-ups.
Yep. Warm up.
South Carolina state rivalry might be good.
Sure. Anyway, Army has a chance to redeem themselves.
Army of Kansas State,
I'm
man,
definitely
that'd be
watch
a good
this
one.
There you go.
We'll see what happens. Kansas State hasn't been looking that great. They're not. I don't think they're going to be ranked when they go into this game. So
North
Army-
Carolina and Charlotte.
Yeah, the 49ers. Yeah.
I might have to find a way to watch the North Carolina game tonight just to see what his team looks like.
Tomorrow night.
Or is it tomorrow night? Okay.
Monday night. His is Monday night.
Okay.
Tulane and South.
Oh, LSU. Tech has got to go to the freaking Death Valley.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
dude. Rhonda
sorry,
has
JoJo.
we may be able to get tickets to this game through her employer. And she told me she said we could pick a game between 3 of them. And she said the first one available is the Tech LSU game. I was like, I don't want to go all the way to Death Valley and watch my beloved Bulldogs get crushed.
Get
man. Come
fucking
on.
smashed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
So probably the premier game. Like this week isn't that impressive especially after the week 1. but-
Michigan and Oklahoma.
Michigan and
Boom.
Oklahoma,
There you
yeah.
go.
Probably
That'll be a game.
The biggest game of the week for sure.
Hopefully we'll represent.
yeah,
counting
we'll
on it,
see.
though.
Michigan's going to Oklahoma.
Yeah,
you know.
going to Norman, dude. Oklahoma should. Look, Michigan didn't look like world beaters. They didn't. So we're going to find out something about both these teams on that game right there.
And I guess this one right here, kind of above it, Arizona State going to Mississippi State. Now, Mississippi State is kind of the lower end of SEC, right? So,
Yeah.
You're not good, but this is like their hey, look, we beat an SEC team. That's what this feels like to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, great, you beat them, but hey, it was an SEC
Arizona
team.
State is number 11.
They
They're going to
are.
lose. I'm going on record right now, so they're going to go to Mississippi State.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You think without Scattaboo, they're not worth their salt? They made it to the semis last-
Scatapoo without Scattaboo. So there you go.
Dang, okay.
What about Vanderbilt, Virginia Tech? That looks like it might be decent.
It's a great game. Great
absolutely.
matchup.
This is a great matchup right here. You got SEC and ACC. So yeah.
I mean, it may be the bottom dweller in the SEC, but still, they're
It's a good
that's
game
up
to
team.
watch.
That's
It's gonna be a
better,
good game
so-
to watch.
they got what's his name back for this year too. So that quarterback. So he was I guess he got a waiver to stay in longer. Let's see here. Oh, USC gets another cupcake, so I'm sure they'll go by 60 again. Let's see here.
Oh,
Alabama.
ULM's got to go to freaking Alabama. boy.
Oh, that's not
Just-
good for
It's
the
not a great day for
Warhawks.
Louisiana.
Oh.
Except, for teams.
That's
man.
not good. Well, the Cajuns should bounce back against McNeese, but
McNeese is no joke. That's in state.
yeah.
So that'll be a good game.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty much Stanford and BYU might be pretty decent.
Yeah.
I think
Two
BYU's
programs going different direction.
Yeah, they are.
so not
All
not-
right, boys
not-
and girls. Well, Knock, thank you very much for that college football report. We have spent a full hour talking.
Yeah, there
Well,
was a lot
actually,
to
not a
talk
full hour, almost a full hour talking about that. So I appreciate
Lot
it, man.
to catch up on,
It was fun to watch them yesterday.
I
though.
really,
actually
I was
sat down
trying to
and watched some
find.
games. And it
I was
fun
trying to find a
watch.
clip. There was a game, I think Thursday or Friday night, where I couldn't find the clip. I was trying to look for it while we were talking, but I couldn't find it. It's the one clip I wanted to show. But basically, it was a pass that the tight end or wide receiver fell over. The ball hit the back of his foot while in the air, and then the defender caught it
Wow.
for an interception. It was a crazy interception. It bounced off his foot, and he caught it. While the
Yeah.
ball was like in the air, like his foot was on the ground. It bounced, it hit it in the air, deflected off his foot, and then it went in the defender's hands. So I couldn't find the clip though. But yeah,
Yeah. I'll allow that Green Bay Packers one. I can't remember who it was that did that for the Packers in that one playoff game. But, yeah, sounds cool. All right, boys and girls, we've got to get into the NFL now.
now we have 2 hours to talk about this because there's so much catch up on this too.
Right. First of all, let's talk about new faces, new places, the off season.
New places.
Yeah, new faces and new places. And, I'm going to look up a free agent tracker on NFL.com. But let's start with your teams. What did you think about what your teams did the offseason? By the way, Dan, you've been asking me who the starter is. It's going to be Rattler. He's
Rattler.
been
Yeah, it's going to be
named the
Rattler.
starter.
Rattler. And I think, look, he played last year. He didn't look bad. He played on some bad state teams. I say he's earned a shot. Let's give him a shot. See what he does.
Yeah. Well, one thing's for sure. Look, nobody's expecting the Saints to do anything this year. And I don't think they're going to hold anything against Kellen Moore with what happens this year. What's going to be interesting to me is how they play under Kellen Moore, because that defense has got parts. They can play well when they need to. The offense, we're going to find out what kind of offensive mind he is. He ran the Philadelphia Eagles when they won the Super Bowl.
I think you already know what kind of offensive mind he is. Look at his track record wherever he's been.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the Saints is, and I'll just put this right out there real quick, they're going to be bad to mediocre until they get rid of Loomis. There you go.
Okay.
Mickey Loomis is the problem. It's like Jerry Jones in Dallas.
Gotcha.
It's no secret now that Sean Payton was the guy making that thing go.
Mm-hmm.
And when he left, they got a bad roster, old roster, mismanaged cap space. Mickey Loomis has got to go.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like they should go ahead and trade away Kamara.
Well, Danny's been saying that for a couple of years. Get value while they got it.
I've been saying that for a couple of years.
Yeah, and that's his problem with Loomis. He hasn't made that move. And, it's a shame. My team, the Seahawks, of course, we've got a new quarterback. Geno's in Raiderville now. We've got Sam Darnold, who, guys, the Vikings were right up there with the Lions right till the end of the season last year.
Literally Case Keenum all over again.
And, yeah, I think it is too. I watched that last year,
He's
and
also with the Vikings.
you got to remember Sam Darnold was throwing to Jordan Jefferson. And
Justin.
you throw it or Justin Jefferson, sorry. If you get it anywhere within 10 yards of that guy, he's going to catch it. It's just the guy's
But
phenomenal.
he wasn't just throwing to him. He was spreading the ball. He was making good reads. He was on a good team. So
he was on a good team.
A good
but
sample
my
of that
problem,
guy.
the thing I'm worried about is I saw a lot of his receivers bailing him out on bad throws that could have been intercepted if he wasn't throwing to these phenomenal guys. But, we'll see what happens. If I do like the fact that we're getting back to the run. This guy that is running our team now, it's his second year. He was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens for a few years there, and he's all about the running game. So I'm glad to see that. But I'm not expecting us to be in the hunt really. I think we're going to be better, but I think it still comes down to the Niners and the Rams in my division. As long as we end up better than Arizona, I'll be happy. That's you know what I mean? I'll be happy with that. Knock, what about your the moves that they made in the offseason for your beloved Broncos? You got a rookie that looked really good last year.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about our offense, just because sometimes I feel like Sean Payton does like the perfect first 10 plays, and then after that, it just hit or miss. Unfortunately. So I don't know. The first team didn't really look that great this preseason, but we did pick up Evan Ingram, which I really like. I think our running backs are pretty decent. We paid Cortland Sutton, so he's happy, and we're happy because he's awesome. So I'm hoping for a big season. He's one of the wide receivers I drafted too. So much faith I have in him. So I don't. So the offense I think is kind of what I'm worried about. The defense, we paid what's his name, Allen, our defensive tackle or defensive end, who did Zach Allen, who was really awesome last season. So we're keeping him for a little while longer. We still got the one of the defensive players of the year, Pat Surtain. So defense is pretty solid. So I don't know. We might turn some heads this season. I'm hoping.
No.
So we got some good potential going into the season.
Well, the front runner in your division, of course, is John's team.
If they can get on the field.
Well, here's the deal. They got punched in the mouth during the Super Bowl. There's no denying that. Have they done anything to shore up that front line? And are you going to be back on top again this year? You tell me what's up with your team.
Well, our O-line's looking pretty good.
Okay.
I like Jawan Taylor's still going to be the weak spot, but you know that on the other side that Josh Taylor looks really good. Like, monster good.
Okay.
We didn't really make a whole lot of huge moves. No. We paid people who needed to be paid.
Did you hear that, Jerry? Pay the people you need to pay, son. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's for sure.
So, how far off are we from the Mahomes extension?
Oh, dude, that was a monster contract.
Yeah, it was like 10 years
at the time.
Yeah.
How many years has that been? Like
we got a couple more years yet.
I gotta imagine there's got to be a restructuring coming soon in his way. You know.
Oh,
at the time it was a monster deal.
He restructures his contract all the time so we can get money to pay people.
Which means
backloading, yes. But I mean, what I'm talking about is more money. Like he got a monster deal at the time. 5 years is
and now Dak Prescott is the richest quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I think his average at the time was 50 mil, and now quarterbacks are up to like the 60, 70 range. So
but
if anything, he's getting underpaid.
With Mahomes, he doesn't care about the money. He's got more money he can do it than he knows what to do with. He's like, it's not about money for me. It's about winning those championships.
Yeah. Sounds
easy to say that when you have money, but
sounds a lot like another guy we know that won a bunch of championships, man. And they're well-known friends of each other. So that's not
Tom
Brady surprising at all.
Really didn't care about the money because he was way underpaid.
Oh my God, man! His wife made a whole bunch of money.
His wife had a lot of money. He had a lot of endorsement deals, so he made money elsewhere.
Right.
As far as our offense is concerned, because everybody, that's the big question mark, I guess. Travis Kelce's in the best shape of his life right now.
He's got to get ready for a wedding, so he's got to be looking good in that suit.
So,
he dropped like 20 pounds.
Oof. Wow.
Now we know that our number one receiver is going to be gone for the first 6 games.
Yep.
Rashid Rice.
Yep.
But
lucky it wasn't more. Lucky
it could have been more. But the thing is, if you look at what happened, people that's done worse got lighter suspensions.
That's true.
So, I think it was a little extreme. I think it should have been a 4-game, not 6. But
Yeah.
Now, is this after appeal, or is he not appealed it yet?
he's not. I don't think he's. No, he accepted it. He's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
not
accepted
appealing
it. Yeah,
I
he's going to take the 6 games. But you know what? They've got so many weapons on that team. It'll just get them better chances to fine tune themselves. And once he gets back, yikes,
Yeah. Well, I mean, we still got the fastest guy in the NFL.
Yeah.
So, who actually has decent hands?
Right.
A lot of fast guys, they may be fast, but they may not have the best hands.
Right.
But Worthy's got a good pair of hands. He can
How
catch the
dare
ball.
you talk about Orlando Jones and the replacements? Anytime I think of a fast receiver with no hands, that's what I think about.
Yeah.
Right.
His character in that one. Yeah. So good. Love that
And
movie.
we brought Toyin back, the guy that stand out from preseason.
Yeah.
We put him on the practice spot, and then he's now on the regular squad. We've moved stuff around.
Okay.
So we've got depth at all levels now.
Well, look, a rising tide raises all boats. Denver's gotten better. The Chargers have gotten better. Look, we're going to find out whether this Herbert kid is it him or is it the teams he's been on? Because Harbaugh in the second year, it's going to be even tougher. So, and
We got Keenan Allen back. That's got to be nice.
yeah, he's got to love that.
A lot of people went back to their old teams. We got Derek Nottie back.
Yeah, yeah.
We traded New York for him.
And then the Raiders, they got my guy, Sneaky Pete, is back
They
in
got
the NFL.
my guy too, Ashton
Yeah.
Johnson.
They got everybody's guys, man. They got my quarterback too, and they got what's his name, Justin? What's his last? Or is it the last name's Justin, right? The running back from Boise. What's his name?
Austin Gentry.
Austin Gentry. I'm sorry.
Ashton Gentry, sorry.
Okay, Aston Gentry. Okay. Yeah, they're still going to be the bottom dweller, but they're going to be competitive. Sneaky Pete, you can't spell compete without Pete. So they're going to be, they're going to be tough. They're going to be a tough out. That, to me, that one and the NFC East are the toughest divisions in football right now. And I can't believe I'm saying that about the NFC East. A couple, 3 years ago, they were the worst. It was horrible. That division.
NFC least.
Yeah, the NFC least. Was what we were calling it, and it's just wow. But anyway, okay.
The Raiders, their defense is still a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
They didn't really add anything in their defense that
No,
that
as
matters.
long as you stop
I still
Crosby,
can't
you
believe that
stop their
one dude is
defense.
still there.
Yeah,
That one dude, that defensive end they have is still there.
yeah,
It's
Crosby.
crazy.
Max
That's what I was
Crosby,
saying,
yeah.
Max Crosby, he should have been traded forever ago to a better team.
Well, he's got a big Raider tattoo, so he doesn't want to go anywhere else.
No, he wants
I
to be a
guess,
Raider.
but,
Yeah.
ugh.
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw up the transactions for this month. I mean, you guys tell me, what do you think the biggest splash was made in free agency? It's got to be Micah Parsons, if you ask me. It's ridiculous how bad that was handled. There have been a couple of moves here in the last few weeks here.
And in that trade, Packers straight up gave him a deal.
Yeah, they went ahead and renegotiated his deal and everything, man. He is the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL.
Kind of skipping ahead here with the Adam Thielen going back to the Vikings. I saw a pretty funny picture of someone saying, "Oh, this is what Adam Thielen looks like in a Vikings," and it was like a marker drawing of the purple jersey. Yeah. Rather than just him in the jersey when he was with the Vikings.
Right? Why not just get one of his old pictures?
You got to have those fucking people in the comments that are like, "Oh, he was with the Vikings. What are you doing?" Joke, just way over their fucking heads,
just trolling them.
So funny.
But look, the Cowboys, I guess, have decided to stop the run by adding Kenny Clark. 57-year-old Kenny Clark is going to be playing for the Cowboys instead of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, because that's who they got in the trade with the Packers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he said during the press conference. We got to be able to stop the run. It was like he was blaming Micah Parsons for not being able to play the run or something. And
I can kind of see that because Parsons would be on like the outside, right? He would take he would take that outside lane, and then you just have to run up the middle, and then boom, he's not a factor, right? Yeah. So I kind of see it from that perspective, but still not.
Yeah. Now everybody's going to throw on him, and they're going to give up 80 points.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a clip.
Exactly.
You guys remember what was it? A year when Cam Ward was still with Miami. There was a play he did where he sat in the pocket for like 10 seconds, and he didn't even set his feet, and he just threw the ball to the halfback, just because he was in no hurry. It was like the chillest pass you could possibly ever see, and like that's going to be against the Dallas Cowboys defense this year. It's just all the time in the world back there, and then not even set your feet, just throw the ball.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all I have to say to Jerry Jones is,
Well done!
No, there's a
way to
better
make
one
your
than
team
that.
worse.
There's the one from
next
I
Craig.
mean, year after year after year, he does. I love it. It's the best.
The Saints fan in the room loves it because I don't know if you know this or not, guys, but we have a huge rivalry with the Dallas Cowboys here in Louisiana, especially up here where me and Danny are from, because we're 20 minutes from they actually call this place Shreveport, Texas. And there's a huge contingent of Cowboys fans. And one of the biggest games of the year is they play each other every year, either in New Orleans or in Dallas. It's a regional rivalry that the NFL has decided to honor, and everybody wants to go to that game that lives here. And we're not huge Cowboys fans up here, the Saints fans and everything.
Can we just stop calling them America's team now?
Please, could we? Yeah.
No, they just
that?
had another special out on Netflix. Actually, they just announced that.
That made its migration north to Kansas City.
No, Kansas City is definitely not America's team.
Well, the Browns quarterback room has been a big talking point in the offseason. We were wondering. I have seen so many articles. Danny and I do a show at 6 o'clock today doing headlines of the week, and I have seen so many articles predicting that Shedeur Sanders was going to get traded. But no, it was Kenny Pickett's small hands that got moved on. He got moved out of that room to the Raiders. He's going to be backing up Geno Smith out there. So it looks like it's going to be Joe Flacco and 2 rookies behind him. So that's interesting. I always follow the Browns because I think their head coach is really good. He's won Coach of the Year a couple of times. It's just he got saddled with Deshaun Watson in such a way that just has blown up everything he's tried to do on the offensive side of the ball. He's always had a good running game and a good defense. So I've always and our father was a closet case Browns fan because of his love of Jim Brown when he was younger. So always keep an eye on those guys. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I don't get all the stands for the third string quarterback.
Yeah, right.
He's not a. He's not like coming out.
It's the love of Dion, man. That's all.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
the only thing it's his
dad.
Be.
It's the name. Yeah,
yeah, because he's not that good of a quarterback. He never has.
I watched him in the preseason. First of all, guys, how much of the preseason did you watch? Let me pose that question. Did you watch a lot of games during the preseason?
0.
Yeah,
I watched a little bit.
Yeah,
I
watched a few. Yeah,
I watched the Hall of Fame game for a little bit. I didn't like past the first quarter,
right.
But I watched all the Broncos games. Broncos 3-0 preseason. Anyways.
Don't be hollering that, man, because most teams do that.
I know, right?
They tank
0-3.
There you go. Great. That's what you. Ooh, well done. Yeah, right.
Our depth is good, unlike some other teams. So
0-3 in the last time.
John's great depth over there for the Chiefs.
Hey, man, my Seahawks third stringers beat up the Kansas City Chiefs third stringers. Let me tell you, we beat them up. That's right.
No, those you beat up most of the people we cut.
Right,
that's what happened.
I understand. But anyway, the reason why I asked that question was some of the stuff I did watch Shedeur Sanders game that he started.
Ooh.
And I'll
Yeah,
tell you this, I saw a guy that can be good, but he is very raw. He has got a lot to learn. I will tell you this. When he hits his back foot and releases the ball on time, he's accurate, and he's got a strong arm. That's great. But when he hangs onto the ball too long, the defenders have their hands all over that ball every time. He telegraphs it too much. And when don't have him running and throwing the football, it's worse than watching Tim Tebow back in the day. That guy can't hit the broadside of a barn when he's on the move.
He held the ball longer by 2 seconds than the nearest longest quarterback in the preseason.
Some of those things where he's running around back, I'm like, oh my God, this is worse than watching Caleb Williams last year. It's bad. But like I said, every time he dropped back, hit his back foot, and made the decision to throw right away, it was on time and guys caught it. So there's something to be worked with there. But here's the thing, and one of the discussions I saw on one of the NFL shows on NFL Network, the only sports station I watch. I don't watch the gambling network. I mean ESPN. They question how they're going to develop these guys because they don't have an NFL Europe to send them to. A lot of the speculation was, they need to go ahead and partner up with the USFL or whatever it's called now, the Spring League, to try and get these guys playing time because nothing teaches like snaps, repetition. And, it's going to be hard for them to. I mean, you've got to throw them on the field at some point. And with the lack of preseason games, because they're trying to extend the season, they're going to have to suffer through regular season games with guys like this. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't get it, John. I don't get and it's all his dad. It's the name recognition.
Well, it was last year with Caleb Williams. Everybody's like, oh, Caleb Williams. It's like, he's a crybaby second stringer that just happened to get on a team that didn't have any quarterback.
Look, they're always gonna pump up quarterbacks from USC. I don't know what it is about that school, but they always gonna pump them up. I was a fan of Carson Palmer when he came out, but it took him a while to get it together. I was just wondering how much of the preseason you guys watched. I watched a Giants game. And, Russell Wilson is an old man at this point. He thinks he can still get away, and he can't. But he can still throw that gorgeous drop it in the bucket moon ball 40 yards downfield, man. I saw him throw one in a preseason game. I was like, holy shit, man. If he could just get back to that with a good running game, the formula they had in Seattle. It was all run, and then it was basically the Steelers, right, Dan? It was all run and then throw it 50 yards downfield, right?
Yeah, that's how you get the defense to commit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I was watching the Giants this morning. They were showing a replay against the Patriots, and it was good to see Vrabel on the sideline, man. I'm kind of excited to watch the Patriots this year. I really am. That's our dad's football team, and him being on the sidelines just does my heart good because I loved watching him play, and we know what he did with the Titans. He was handcuffed with that idiot Tannehill, but other than that, he had a great running back there. Boy, it was over for him whenever they made that. What's his name? Is it A.J. Brown, the wide receiver that they shipped out that he wanted to keep, and knew it was over in Tennessee for him there. But yeah, it's going to be good to see him. As far as people blowing up the preseason, I really didn't see any of that, but it was more of the usual suspect stuff. But yeah, Shedeur Sanders, I don't get the hype. I really don't. Anything else stand out to any of you guys on the preseason? And we move on. Now, as far as the transactions, how do you think the Aaron Rodgers move? That's the oldest one of the bunch. That was a big move.
The 5-12 Steelers.
the 5-12?
Hey,
you think they're going to go 5-12
No,
with Aaron
no.
Rodgers?
No.
Yep.
Mike Tomlin does not get less than 500. He's never gotten,
man.
He's never gotten less than 500. So
Okay,
put some respect on
fine.
that 9-18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
9-8.
And let's face it, they've been handcuffed. Last year, they had 2 quarterbacks that weren't lighting it up, but they were winning games. Now they got a guy that, if they protect him, can still throw a football. I mean,
I still think they should have.
He
stayed
looked
with
good
Justin
at the end
Fields.
of last year. You know,
They should have stuck with Justin Fields last year instead of going to Russell.
Yes,
Wilson.
they should have
That
never
was stupid.
brought Russ in. Absolutely. Yes. I'm with you 100% on that. He wasn't lighting it up, but you know what? He wasn't making bad
He wasn't
decisions
losing.
either, and he was winning games. So, yeah, I didn't get that at all. But they've got who's going to back him up, though? I mean, have they got a backup on their roster now? I'm not sure. Pittsburgh.
Mason.
More
Rudolph?
importantly,
Did you say
who
that?
That's
got
right.
in
They
their
did bring
O-line.
back Rudolph, didn't they? Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Kyle Rudolph.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. I got to
who's-
go. Breakfast is here. It's been good hanging with you guys.
Okay,
Y'all
Dan.
have a
Well, I'll
great
get
time
your
there.
predictions from you later on.
Yeah, sounds
today.
good.
Okay.
Sounds
All
good.
right. I love
All
you,
right.
man. Be good.
Love you too.
See ya.
Peace.
Please.
Yep. You guys be sure to tune in this evening for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Highlander and I will be on at 6, so you guys definitely want to tune in for that. And then, of course, I've got my regular lineup. The things I do want to point out is stuff that's off channel, and that's tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. You guys be sure to tune in for a special Military Monday. I won't be drawing because Captain Dale Dye will be on. And you guys have seen him in a lot of military movies before. He's known for being a technical advisor. John, you gonna be on for this one tomorrow?
Yep, I'll be on
Okay,
tomorrow.
good. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. Of course, Pope Metallicus will be there. Gary, Anima, Martin, myself, and John. So you guys come check it out. Military Monday over on Pop Culture Minefields channel as we talk about the Beast of War. And I'll be on for the full 2 hours tomorrow, by the way, because my mom has nowhere to go on Labor Day. They're closed, so I will be there for the full 2 hours. But tune in, 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow morning. And then, of course, at 4 p.m. Central Time, it's time for It's Only Talk and Roll. And we will be trolling Brian as he plays Baldur's Gate 3. John, you know you're invited to that one, too. He always invites you. So I'll be trolling him. And now that one starts early. It's at 3:30 in the afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. So you guys come check it out as we troll Brian as he plays Baldur's Gate 3 on That 70s Rock Fans channel. And the other show I'll be on this week, other than my own, is Wednesday's Drink and Draw. I don't know what the movie is, but I'll be on at 3 p.m. Central Time before my show. At 5:30. So you guys come check it out over on Pop Culture Minefields channel. And the other one you want to check out on Pop Culture Minefields channel, I don't have all the thumbnails loaded up for this thing yet because we've been off for a year. So, but it's John's gaming show, which we just heard will not be on this week because of the Kansas City Chiefs game. So, but look forward on Pop Culture Minefields channel. At 8 p.m. Central Time. Ron's usually there giving him shit, too. I noticed you weren't there last Friday
No,
night.
I headed out early Saturday morning because I went antiquing with the parents.
Gotcha.
It was an hour and a half
You
drive.
messed everything up.
Oh, no. Did you? What'd you do?
I ended up, let's see, I got the NCR's pissed at me now.
Oh,
They're
that must be a
required
faction.
me.
That's got to be a faction.
It's the military faction. They're good faction.
Let's see, I went to the up to the 38 and locked house in his coffin.
Oh, shit.
Jesus, he went straight to freaking oh, crap. He skipped like half the game.
Yeah, I did.
Wow. Okay, boys and girls. We'll see more of those hijinks in a week because they are not going to be there this week. He'll be busy watching his beloved Kansas City Chiefs hopefully kick the crap out of the I always want to say San Diego, but the LA Chargers. So listen, guys, I want to thank you guys for being here. I'm fixing to upload this so everybody can watch it and get our thoughts and stuff. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.